Disclaimer: the following is a non-profit fan-based review. Black Clover is owned by Crunchyroll, Viz Media, Studio Pieria, TV Tokyo, Shueisha, and Yuki Tabata. Please support the official release. Asta finally arrives to the battle. Sister Lily is shocked to see him alive, and Asta faces off against the beast mage Yrul. What's Asta's worst fear? I think we all know what that is. Hey guys, Eloy1997 and welcome back to page 348 of Black Clover. And in this chapter, Asta has finally mastered Zenten. In his brief and short training with Yosuga and Fujio, he has conquered his fear and now has a clear resolve of wanting to get stronger. In all honesty, with Asta now learning Zenten, he's now more strong than he was back at the Spade Kingdom. And with Zenten, he'll be able to save Sister Lily. But first, he has a beast that needs to be put down. The chapter begins on where we left off, where Asta saved Ichigo from Yrul's boogeyman. Sister Lily is shocked to see Asta alive and in the land nonetheless. Now, the last time she saw him, she used her spatial magic on him and disappeared right before her. My guess is that when she teleported him, it must have been at a very far place away from the Clover Kingdom that not even she knows where she sent him, because she was so sure that Asta would have died from his blood loss. But this wasn't the case. Anyways, Asta now faces against Yrul. As he does, he and Leiby notice the illusion of Ichigo's father and points out how this is the enemy's magic. Leiby points out how this guy could be one of Ichigo's relatives and is basically showing her this illusion. Asta already figured this out, as there was no way anybody could have cornered Ichigo in a fair fight. Now, a few things to point out. One, they don't know that the illusion is Ichigo's father, but they know he's related to her. And two, this is actually the first line of dialogue Leiby has had since the start of this final arc. When you think about it, he hasn't really talked all that much, or really hasn't really done that much interactions with other characters besides Asta. And I don't mean just that short line of dialogue he's got when he was recovering. Just wanted to point that out. But back to Yrul, he comments on how human hearts are weak as well as their skills. The example being Ichigo, who just moments ago was scared of her father and learned the dark truth, now can't fight properly. He describes her as pathetic and just painful to watch. He even says that all humans has a fear, so he brings up Asta's fear, which is himself. Doubtfulness. Yrul questions Asta about his fear, but either way, he'll quote-unquote set him free by killing him with his own fear and accept Lucius's protection. Asta stares at himself and points out that he's scared of his own weak self. The one that can't become the Wizard King. The one that can't surpass Yuno. But most importantly, the one that couldn't save Sister Lily. We all have fears that we wish to avoid or to move past it, but we can't progress until we learn to conquer it. So, how does Asta respond? Asta cuts down his own weakness. As Ichigo is surprised to see Asta slice the boogeyman, Yosuga arrives and tells Ichigo that while he and Fujio was training Asta, he found out what he was missing, his own answer. And this is where we get to one of my favorite moments in this chapter, and one of the reasons why I love Asta as a character. And that's his determination. In his thoughts, he said he doesn't have any talent, but that's why he must get stronger, because he worked hard to get where he is now. He studied, gained experience, and did more than the other geniuses who have already had what it takes, like Yuno, Nazel, Virgolion, Merliona, and even Yami. Since he didn't have any talent to begin with, he didn't have time to hesitate, but he doesn't have time to be scared of anything at the moment. What he needs to do is to get stronger, so he can win, protect, and save. If he loses to somebody, then he'll get stronger than that guy and then never lose to them again. To keep on getting stronger. That's the kind of Wizard King he wants to be. The man that is determined to be the strongest. Look, you can agree or disagree on why I believe Asta is not only the best protagonist in the series, but in shonen in general. Cause to me, he is. When you look back at how the story started, Asta was a regular being born without any magic or mana. He was a nobody that didn't believe could accomplish anything without magic. But now, he has a power that will be able to cancel it out. And I think what makes him stand out from the others is that he never loses that passion. He didn't when he faced Ravici, he didn't when his arms were broken, he didn't when the elves attacked or Zygrin, and even when the Spade attacked. There was moments of where he almost gave up. But thanks to the people that helped him and encouraged him, he'll never be this weak again. It's also, as the Witch Queen pointed out, he's special by not being special at all. And that's why Asta, to me, is considered to be one of my favorite characters in Shonen. And with that, let's finish up this short battle. As Asta cuts down his fear, Yor is shocked that he was able to cut down his boogeyman. This is where he recognizes how tough Asta is as an opponent, so the beast unleashed his fighting instincts. You know what's funny is that in the official translation, while it says fighting instincts, in the TCB scans, it said primal instincts. It just got me thinking of this one episode from Primal. You know, the one about the primal theory, how one day humanity will one day revert back to their primal state? I don't know why, it just got me thinking of that. Anyway, Yor unleashes his beast magic, Holy Hunting. He zigzags throughout the area, but Asta remains still. He takes a deep breath and remembers back when he was trained with the Reels and Seven. As Yor approaches Asta, this is when he finally uses his Zenten. Yor gets slashed through the arm and gets knocked out. Ichigo points out how Yor's magical power changed, or rather, it was reverted. That's when Yosuga said that Asta only slashed the pounding magic out of him. So in a way, Asta basically reverted Yor back to how he was before he was turned into a paladin. And again, I'm very curious to see who he was before. This is what is known as Asta's anti-magic Zenten, which lets him move after his opponents tip their hand and win no matter what. In other words, it's the ultimate counter-strike. The chapter ends with Asta looking at Sister Lily and telling her that he'll save her now.
And there you have it!
Alright, even I admit, this new technique Asta learned is really OP, but still awesome nevertheless. Now that he has mastered Zenten, he can be able to save Lily from being a paladin. Although one paladin may be down, but there's still Heath and the 5-headed dragon to worry about. But hopefully, Asta and the rest of the Reels and Seven can finish this. As for the chapter itself, what I enjoyed the most from this was mainly Asta's determination to get strong. And again, I already point out how that moment makes Asta my favorite character. And while I admit the fight between him and Yor was short and brief for him to show off his new Zenten technique, this was still good overall. But what do you guys think? Was this your favorite Asta moment too? Who was Yor before he was a paladin? And was there anything I may have missed or mistaken when covering the chapter? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below, okay? Thanks again for watching. Please be sure you hit the like, subscribe, and click the bell icon, alright? Thank you, good night, and remember, the magic within you will never give up. Peace!